Conspiracy Unlimited with Richard Syrett.
On this episode, the elaborate connection between the death of Kobe Bryant, Big Pharma, the secret Boules Society, and COVID-19.
I believe Kobe Bryant, who was not only a Luciferian project completed, but he is the key that unlocks this bioweapon, because the name COVID, when transliterated from Hebrew to English, is Kobe.
If you enjoy Conspiracy Unlimited, why not become a Conspiracy Unlimited Plus member? For just $1.99 per month, you'll gain access to 2 bonus, exclusive commercial-free episodes per month, plus access to my back catalog of episodes. That's over 350 episodes. To subscribe, just go to conspiracyunlimitedpodcast.com and click on Gain Access to Premium Episodes. Again, go to conspiracyunlimitedpodcast.com and click on Get Access to Premium Episodes, or click on the link in the episode notes. Conspiracy Unlimited Plus for less than $2 per month. Why not sign up today?
Conspiracy Unlimited with Richard Syrett. Pursuing the truth wherever it leads. Exposing evil and corruption and the secret machinations of powerful elites. Revealing the high strangeness beneath the surface of our supposed reality. Coming to you from his studio beneath the stairs, here's Richard Syrett.
Welcome to your Monday. Broadcaster Bishop Larry Gaiters on today's episode. He joined me from New York. Back on January 26th of this year, retired NBA superstar Kobe Bryant, along with his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, 2 of their teammates, their parents, and the head baseball coach from Orange Coast College, and the pilot died when the Sikorsky S-76B they were riding in crashed about 30 miles northwest of Los Angeles. Was it an accident? Was it an assassination? Could Kobe's death have had something to do with his legal battles with high-tech pharmaceuticals, which was using his nickname Black Mamba to market their diet pills? My guest goes much further and describes Kobe's murder as part of the deepest and darkest cover-up in global history. He says it involves an African-American secret society, a Swiss pharmaceutical company, various intelligence groups, a powerful family from Hong Kong, Bill Gates, Barry and Honey Sherman, and the coronavirus. I'll tell you right now, the bishop does most of the talking. It's a long, involved story. In fact, this is part 1 of a 2-part conversation. You're going to hear a lot of names mentioned, a lot of corporations mentioned. So sit back, hit pause if you need to take notes, or maybe go back and listen a second or third time. Bishop Larry Gaiters serves as the presiding bishop and prelate of End Time Age Deliverance Ministries Worldwide, Inc. of New York, which oversees 2,000 churches in 20 nations around the world. Bishop Larry is the host of a daily international and revolutionary radio talk show called Global Spiritual Revolution Radio. Bishop Gaiters, welcome to Conspiracy Unlimited. How are you?
It is a great honor, Brother Richard, to be on your powerful podcast this afternoon. I am doing great by the grace of God. In spite of this global house arrest, we are still propagating the truth here in the 21st century.
Now, you're located in one of the epicenters in the United States in New York City. How are things in your neighborhood? I'm not sure. Are you on the island of Manhattan?
Yes, I am in Manhattan, within the section called Manhattan, and the military is here, the National Guard, and specifically at Central Park and different locations around the city. So the city shut down. You have a few businesses that are open, but still, out of all the cities in the United States, New York City is hit the hardest by this COVID-19, which I believe is the greatest global cover-up in human history that we can really break down today.
Right. And you're going to connect the dots between the death of Kobe Bryant, something called the Boules Secret Society, Big Pharma, COVID-19, and much more. But let me get your take, first of all, before we get into Kobe Bryant and the Boules Society. Do you think that the coronavirus is a bioengineered weapon? Is the data being manipulated? What's going on here in your estimation?
I believe that the coronavirus is a bioweapon, and which consists of 19 strands. That's why we call it COVID-19. And it's not called COVID-19 because it came out last year, but it's called COVID-19, Brother Richard, because there are 19 specific strands within the coronavirus. Now, as we go back to the year 2003 concerning the life of the late Kobe Bean Bryant, and Kobe Bryant holds the key to this entire global cover-up called the coronavirus, because Kobe Bryant's former business partner, a man by the name of Jeffrey Morgan Steibel, who is the CEO of the Dun & Bradstreet Credibility Corporation in Malibu, California, whom Kobe met in 2013, I believe is a part of this conspiracy that the deep state used Kobe, because Kobe knew what was going down. And I have a close contact within the FBI here in New York City with a friend of mine who's also a pastor that said that Kobe Bryant was going to go into witness protection. Okay. And so then as we're talking about this greatest global cover up in history, we have to start with Kobe Bean Bryant in 2003. Now, he is accused, Brother Richard, of raping a young lady by the name of this young woman in Eagle, Colorado, okay, whose family is connected to a secret society called Phi Beta Kappa, okay? Her name is Caitlin Faber, okay? So then Kobe Bryant is instructed by Dr. Jerry Buss, the late Dr. Jerry Buss, the former owner of the LA Lakers, to go to Eagle, Colorado, and to get his knee done, right, by a doctor by the name of Dr. Richard Stedman, who is also Phi Beta Kappa. Now, Phi Beta Kappa is the legal in the educational arm of the deep state, while Kappa Beta Phi is the Wall Street faction. This is where Jeff Steibel comes in when it comes to, I believe, Kobe Bryant, who was not only a Luciferian project completed, but he is the key that unlocks this bioweapon, because the name, or the word COVID, when transliterated from Hebrew to English, is Kobe. So then back in 2003, he is accused by Caitlin Faber. Now, his doctor, Dr. Richard Stedman, who is also Phi Beta Kappa, instructs Kobe to go, not to stay near a hotel near the office of Dr. Richard Stedman, but instructs Kobe to go miles away to Eagle, Colorado, and to stay at the Cordelia's Spa in Eagle, Colorado. Why? I'm going to come to that in here in a few minutes as we're talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history with Kobe Bryant, the World Health Organization, in COVID-19. So then in 2003, Kobe meets this young lady, Caitlin Faber, whose family is also Phi Beta Kappa. Dr. Richard Stedman is Phi Beta Kappa. And then the attorney who represents Kobe in this rape case, a woman by the name of Pamela Mackey, who is not only Phi Beta Kappa, but Pamela Mackey legally represents Harvey Weinstein. The same Pamela Mackey who represented Kobe Bryant in 2003 now represents Harvey Weinstein. So Dr. Richard Stedman hires this lawyer. It's not the late Dr. Jerry Buss, the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, that directs Kobe to Pamela Mackey. It's Richard Stedman. Why? I'm going to come to that. So then Pamela Mackey is Phi Beta Kappa. Dr. Richard Stedman is Phi Beta Kappa. The family of Caitlin Faber is Phi Beta Kappa. Now, we go from 2003 to 2004 when Kobe gets off on this case. Now, I am going to be interviewing one of the former bodyguards for Kobe Bryant in the next 2 weeks, which he's going to tell me that one of the witnesses that witnessed Kobe Bryant with this other woman ends up dead. I'm going to come back to that in a few minutes as we're kind of schematically laying this foundation concerning not just Kobe Bryant and the World Health Organization and COVID-19, but the greatest conspiracy, the greatest cover-up in human history.
Can I just interject for a moment, Bishop?
Absolutely.
And for those not familiar with the Boules Secret Society, Boules is the acronym, correct? For
Sigma Pi Phi. And I'm glad that you brought up the Boules Secret Society. Now, the Boules Secret Society was created by 9 African-American men in the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is the hometown of Kobe Bryant, on the 15th of May in 1904. So a Black physician by the name of Dr. Henry McKee Minton and 8 other African Americans created the Boules Secret Society, which is a Greek Hellenistical term stating that they are the keepers, the protectors of not only what I call the Knights of the Round Table, because there is a book that came out in 1994 by Dr. Charles H. Wesley called The History of Sigma Pi Phi. So the term Sigma Pi Phi also means Boule. So the Boule Secret Society was created with Rockefeller Foundation money because African Americans quickly, man of God, was prohibited of joining Yale University's Skulls and Bones. So this Boule Secret Society, which goes back, the term Boule goes back hundreds and thousands of years to the time of Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates, which the Boules represents the lower foundational governmental structure of the Greek government today. So the Boules are chosen by the elite to protect not African Americans or people of color, but the Boules Secret Society, they are chosen to protect the system because the logo of the Boules Secret Society is a half a man, half a woman, representing the transgender sexual disorientation system of the deep state. And also that Boule logo representing half man, half woman, half lion, has its right paw in what we call an urn, Brother Richard, capital U-R-N, which they keep the ashes of dead people, which means Black America, including parts of the African diaspora, we're the only group of people on the planet who don't know who we are. We know what we are, but we don't know who we are. So Kobe Bryant is chosen to be a part of the Boule Secret Society. People like Barack Obama is a Bouleist. People like Oprah Winfrey and her girlfriend, Gayle King, is a Bouleist, okay? Vernon Jordan, the best friend of Bill Clinton. These African-American men and women are all Boulests. Their assignment is to protect the system. What system? The Knights of the Round Table, as declared in page 416 of the history of Sigma Pi Phi by Dr. Charles Wesley, when he says that the 9 Knights of the Round Table, some say as high as 150, but the 9 Knights of the Round Table, which the Boules are charged to protect, we're talking about the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the Bilderbergs, the Habsburgs, okay, the Lee family out of Hong Kong, China, who are one of the financial backers of COVID-19, okay, including the Sassoon family out of India, who have bankrolled the Opium Wars in between 1839 to 1860. The same Sassoon dynasty whose future progenitor was a multi-billionaire by the name of Vidal Sassoon. Okay, so these 9 knights of the Round Table, each knight, Brother Richard, is assigned a Black Boules Secret Society. So 9 black men who created the Boules Secret Society, and each man created what we call the Pan-Hellenic Council of 9 black Greek lettered secret societies, okay? Omega Psi Phi, okay? Alpha Phi Alpha, all of these African American fraternities and sororities, 9, each one is charged to protect a Rothschild, okay, an Oppenheimer, a Warburg, the Lee family, all throughout the world. So the Boules Secret Society has 126 chapters, 5,000 members throughout the United States, the Caribbean, including Great Britain. Kobe Bryant was a part of the Greek lettered Divine 9. Kobe Bryant, including every Boules Secret Society member, and LeBron James has that Boules logo tattooed on his chest, Brother Richard. So then the Boules Secret Society are assigned not just to protect the knights of the 9 knights of the Round Table, but they're also charged, Brother Richard, to protect what we call the crab barrel system. Now, what is the crab barrel system? The crab barrel system is a mental psyop from the deep state that they will keep people of color and any people whom they deem to be a threat at the bottom of this financial and social barrel. And the barrel owners, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Sassoon, the Lee family, the George Soroses, the Bill Gates, they choose certain African-American leaders, a Barack Obama, an Eric Holder, okay, a Denzel Washington, a LeBron James, or Kobe Bryant, to protect not people of color, but to protect the crab barrel. Because only at the behest of the masters of the crab barrel can any black person come out of the system. This is the demonic psyop, as we're talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history.
So the crab barrel metaphor is that if one tries to get out, the others pull him back down.
That's it. One tries to get out, the other one. Why? Because of the mental psyop of slavery. Now, mind you, I am not a proponent of victimhood. I am a black conservative, okay? I am a supporter of President Donald Trump. I don't teach victimhood. But many of the mental conditions of black Americans are rooted in slavery. Take, for instance, quickly, there is a term called buck breaking, capital B-U-C-K, going back to the 1600s, that the psyop of buck breaking was created by a slave owner by the name of Willie Lynch, from whence we get the city in the state Lynchburg, Virginia. Willie Lynch had taught the slave masters in the South to strip down the slaves, male or female, put them chest first on the ground, and sexually molest them. Okay. Now, many segments of Black America have been buck broken. When you look at the basketball player, the former NBA star Dwayne Wade, he had multiple braids of pyramids on his hair, okay? And those braids in the form of miniature pyramids represent one of the symbols put out by the FBI as the symbols of the pedophilia underground network. Why would Dwayne Wade allow his hair to be braided in that fashion? His son Zion is called Zaya, which means politically, psychologically, Dwayne Wade has been buck broken, okay? So these are the mental psyops that Black America, who are lovers of the Nike system, okay? And you know what, Brother Richard, before I move on to COVID-19, half of the sales of the Nike Corporation is from the sign-up of a people who don't know who they are. Half of the sales of Nike in this country alone come from Black people who would rather put their self-esteem in a pair of Air Jordans instead of turning to God and asking God who they are. You see, we only know what we are, but we don't know who we are. So as we're laying this schematical foundation when it comes to not just Kobe Bryant, the Boules Secret Society, Phi Beta Kappa, Kappa Beta Phi, but also COVID-19, where the term COVID is a transliteration from Hebrew to English as the name Kobe.
Could I just interject one more time, and just for some clarification, so I understand this? I can understand why a politician like Barack Obama or an Eric Holder would belong to a group like this, the same way that certain people joined the Masons because it brought them influence. But a guy like Kobe Bryant, very talented basketball player, LeBron James, they have the talent. They could make it regardless. What do they get in exchange for becoming a member of Boules Secret Society?
They get influence. They get financial leverage. They get access to financial power. You see, man of God, in Black Hollywood, if a person wants to get into the music industry, that's why I call it music, M-U-S-I-C-K, like it says in the book of Daniel the prophet. Every man or woman has to sleep with the same sex. This is a part of the initiation process, not just through the Boules Secret Society and Phi Beta Kappa and Kappa Beta Phi, but every Black person, a part of the Boules Secret Society, are what we call Prince Hall Masons. They are Black Masons who the highest level that they can go to is 33 degrees. No Black person, Brother Richard, can go to a 33rd and 1/2, only a 33rd degree. But to answer your question, the reason why Kobe Bryant and LeBron James needed to join the secret society, because if they're going to go into a certain financial level, financially, into a certain corporate level, they have got to be a part of the Boules Secret Society, who are the protectors of the system. Now, remember last year during the Hong Kong protests in China, who was it that defended not the people of Hong Kong who was protesting against that evil regime in Beijing, but who was the one that was protecting President Xi Jinping in the Chinese government? LeBron James.
Yes.
Because LeBron James, who is a Boule, is protecting not only the Knights of the Round Table, but protecting the Lee family, who has millions of dollars in Nike stock. The Lee family, who's connected to the gambling industry in China, a company called Fund 88, F-U-N, who at the time was owned by a British billionaire by the name of Joe Lewis, or Joseph C. Lewis, who was on the run from the British government because of tax evasion. The same Joe Lewis, along with George Soros in 1992, almost destroyed the euro dollar by destroying the Bank of England. Kobe Bryant was connected to these people. So then when we talk about the Boules Secret Society, it is imperative for them to be not just Prince Hall Masons, but to be a part of the Black Skulls and Bones, not to benefit Black America. Okay, take for instance, when you look at Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bryant created a venture capital firm along with Jeff Stiebel by the name of the Bryant Stiebel Venture Capital Fund in 2013 that went public, my friend, in 2016. Now, in August of 2016, here in Manhattan at the New York Stock Exchange, Kobe Bryant meets a young Chinese multimillionaire. Her name is Cindy Wen Zhong Mi, capital Enjuan, capital M-I. She is the CEO of the VIP Kid Online Educational Initiative, which is financially backed by the Chinese Communist Party. Wait a minute now. So then why would Kobe write a check on the same day that his venture capital fund that he put up $100 million, not Jeff Stable. Now, Jeff Stable, after Kobe's dead, is controlling $2 billion worth of assets in the Kobe Bryant portfolio. I'm going to come back to Jeff Stable in 5 minutes. But the Cindy Winjong, me, is the creator of this VIP Kid, which is a Chinese Common Core initiative where they would hire American teachers. They would hire teachers, not just here in America and in Canada, but all over the world, to teach Chinese children how to speak English, how to know the American way of life. So the VIP Kid initiative, one of their rules is that no American teacher or no Canadian teacher can say the words Taiwan or Tiananmen Square. Why? Because the VIP Kid initiative, which is controlled by President Xi Jinping in the Chinese Communist Party, and we're talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history. Kobe Bryant doesn't know this woman, Brother Richard, but writes her $1 million check. Guess who else supported her with a check of $1 billion? Jack Ma of the Alibaba Group. Jack Ma and Kobe Bryant were heavily connected because Kobe Bryant became the face and the ambassador of the Alibaba Group, who are tied to the Chinese mafia, the triads, who are running the gambling and casino industry in China through Fund 88, which also Kobe Bryant was connected to. We're talking about not just the death of Kobe Bryant, also connecting Kobe Bryant to later the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom, into this global pandemic, COVID-19. So this Wendy, and this is interesting here, man of God, this Cindy Winjong Me doesn't own all of VIP KID or VIP Kid, the Educational Initiative. The part owner of this initiative is a woman by the name of Wendy Murdoch. She is the former wife of Rupert Murdoch, who was the third wife of Rupert Murdoch, the CEO and chairman of the News Corporation of Fox News and Sky News in Great Britain and in Australia. So she also put up millions of dollars to create this VIP Kid Educational Common Core initiative. But yet Kobe Bryant wouldn't give a dime to any kid in South Central LA, will go clear across the, and again, I'm not against Chinese children, man of God. But see, when you're in the Boules secret society, you are told what to do. Again, 5 minutes before we get into the WHO and also into COVID-19, as we're schematically laying the foundation concerning the greatest global cover-up in human history. So then Kobe Bryant, in August of 2016, gives this woman a check for $1 million on the same day, Brother Richard, that his venture capital fund goes public through their initial public offering. Guess who also supported this VIP Kid initiative? George Soros, through the Open Society Foundations, Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, Dr. Priscilla Chan Zuckerberg, through the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, who also were the financial backers along with Bill and Melinda Gates of Event 201 back in August of last year. Oh, so the 201st day of 2019 was July 20th, when Event 201 was illegally chartered as a 501c3 entity by Bill Gates on the 20th of July 2019, which is the 201st day of 2019. And from July 20th to December 31st is 164 days. There are 164 nations that are decimated by COVID-19. Is that by chance? No.
More of my conversation with Bishop Larry Gaiters when Conspiracy Unlimited returns. It's time once again to bring in Colleen Forgas, our nutritional therapist and the manager at the Strange Planet Full Script Dispensary. Hello once again, Colleen. How are you?
Fantastic, Richard. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. You know, I'm getting emails from older gentlemen wondering about the Full Script Dispensary and what we have to offer in terms of prostate health and prostate function.
Yes, and this is a really common issue as men age. And the product I recommend to many of my clients is called Saw Palmetto, S-A-W, Palmetto, and it's by Yarrow Formulas. This product is designed to support the prostate health, which is good for urinary and bladder function, as well as sexual function. And those things are just part of the normal aging process, but Saw Palmetto is a great product to help men as they're aging.
Fantastic. Saw Palmetto for your prostate. Thanks, Colleen.
Thank you, Richard. Take care.
To get your Saw Palmetto, go to strangeplanet.ca and then click on the Full Script Dispensary button. Remember, orders receive 10% off, and orders of $50 or more ship absolutely free. These products have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to treat, diagnose, or cure. If you have a medical concern, please consult your healthcare provider.
Theoretical physicists say that there's as many as 12 hyperdimensions. Here are just 3 of them. Conspiracy Unlimited, Conspiracy Unlimited, Conspiracy Unlimited. Pretty cool, huh? Here's an extra one. Conspiracy Unlimited. Hey, how about one more? Conspiracy Unlimited. And the great thing is we have 6 hyperdimensions left. Conspiracy Unlimited. 5. Or something like that. I'll ask Richard later.
Bishop Larry Gaiters from Global Spiritual Revolution Radio is here. This is where the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, I believe Johns Hopkins University was involved, the World Health Organization were sponsors. They did a tabletop scenario, ostensibly that's what it was, that they were trying to anticipate how to handle a pandemic. So this was a tabletop scenario.
You are absolutely right, my friend, because you got powers through the U.S. Department, not just the Department of Homeland Security, but through the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, which enacted a simulation called Crimson Contagion, which is a live simulation that was enacted through the federal government January to August of last year through Event 201 and through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, through Mini Mike Bloomberg, okay, and also through the George Soros Open Philanthropy Project. Wait a minute now. So the George Soros Open Philanthropy Project and the Open Society Foundations. So George Soros had supplied millions of dollars to 2 young men, Dustin Moskovitz and Mark Zuckerberg, 2 of the 4 founders of Facebook. And as a side note, Facebook was started through venture capital firms out of Silicon Valley, California, with CIA money. That's another topic for another day. So this Event 201 through Crimson Contagion, through the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, through the Open Philanthropy Project, Dustin Moskovitz and Mark Zuckerberg, George Soros, Bill and Melinda Gates had financially subsidized and supported Event 201, including Crimson Contagion. Now, getting back to this woman here, Cindy Wenjuan, capital Wenjuan, me, capital MI, also got her financial backing through the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, okay, through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, through the Northern Light Venture Capital Group, and the Matrix Partners Venture Capital Fund, who also supported Kobe Bryant's Stable Venture Capital Fund. So then, this is interesting here. So the Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg had created a Bridge International Academics initiative, which Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg were kicked out of Uganda back in 2016. Why? Because the government of Uganda, through the High Court of Uganda, had exposed Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg as taking millions of dollars, which they were supposed to give to many of these, get this, VIP kid initiatives, which through this Chinese woman, Cindy Wenjong Mi, had given millions of dollars to the Ugandan children. But it was Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates that they don't need the money, was skimming millions of dollars, from the government of Uganda in as far as educating children. Do you know, my friend, quickly, before we get to COVID-19 in the WHO, the Novartis India group, part of the Novartis AG corporation in Basel, Switzerland, the government of India, through Novartis India, had kicked out Bill and Melinda Gates because hundreds of thousands of children, going back to 2017, were dying because of these so-called vaccinations that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was issuing to the children of India.
That's right. There were about 500,000 children that were left paralyzed as well from what they're calling a polio vaccine strain form of polio. Not only in India, but even the World Health Organization, I believe, has now acknowledged that most of the polio epidemics going on in places like Afghanistan and other places were caused by that vaccine.
You see, in the World Health Organization, which was created through the Rockefeller Foundation, including the World Bank, including the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, including the United Nations and UNESCO, all subsidized going back until at least 1946, a year after World War II, all subsidized, including the Tavistock Group and the Tavistock Clinic and Institute through the Rockefeller Foundation. The World Health Organization, to me, man of God, is a criminal organization. They knew that this coronavirus was a threat to humanity, but they didn't do anything about it because their Secretary General, Dr. Tedros Adhanom, who is a communist and a socialist, who is also a depopulationist, had threatened President Trump a week or two ago by stating, if you cut us off financially, you're going to have dead bodies in bags. That's a threat, to the United States of America. So we're getting back here quickly to Kobe Bryant. And this Kobe Bryant, I believe, was a Luciferian project completed, as we're breaking down even further the body of the greatest global cover-up in human history. So then in 2017, here is a doctor who is a professor at Stanford University, Dr. Bruce McCandless, capital McCandliss, who is an educational professor, Brother Richard, and a professor of cognitive neuroscience at the CIA's Parapsychology Research Institute at Stanford University, which also has Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, who heads the CIA's undergraduate internship program of clinical psychology at Stanford. Well, who is Dr. Christine Blasey Ford? The woman that was used by the Me Too movement through the financial backing of George Soros to destroy Brett Kavanaugh. That's another topic for another day. So then as we get closer to the World Health Organization and Dr. Tedros Adhanom in COVID-19, so this Dr. Bruce McCandless, who specializes in cognitive neuroscience, he teaches the term neuroplasticity, that the human brain grows into the shape of what the individual is thinking at that moment. That's a contagion. It's not COVID-19 and not even 5G, my friend. The contagion is the contagion of fear through neuroplasticity that Dr. Bruce McCandless, who sits on the board of this VIP Kid Educational Initiative, and he is the director of Silicon Valley's VIP Kid department, representing the Chinese government in teaching parapsychology research, okay, in teaching clinical psychology and remote viewing. These are the people that Kobe Bryant was connected to, and the question is why? Now, Kobe Bryant's so-called friend, Jeff Steibel, was a brain scientist. Even though, Brother Richard, he never had an earned PhD. Jeffrey Morgan Steibel is connected to the late Jeffrey Epstein, Mark Epstein, through the Humpty Dumpty Institute, all financially backed by Kobe Bryant. So then in 2013, Jeff Steibel creates BrainGate, or the BrainGate Foundation. That's in connection to the Brain Initiative through the Central Intelligence Agency and the National Institutes of Health through the Barack Obama administration. Wait a minute now. So Jeff Steibel is high up within U.S. intelligence. This is the person that's connected to Kobe Bryant.
Right.
So then, now we're getting into Kappa Beta Phi, the Wall Street faction of the deep state. First, it was Phi Beta Kappa, the educational and the legal arm. Now we get into Kappa Beta Phi, the Wall Street faction. Now, Kobe is connected to Jeff Steibel through the Novartis AG Group, which is one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world out of Basel, Switzerland. They own a 33% stake, my friend, in the Hoffmann LaRouche Corporation, also in Basel, Switzerland, where Hoffmann and LaRouche, they are proponents of bioweaponry, bioweapons and pathogens, but they also create the cure or the vaccination that removes the bioweapon or pathogen. This is how demonic this is. So the Novartis AG Group owns over 2,500 pharmaceutical subsidiary companies all over the world, 3 of which, Brother Syrett, was being sued by Kobe Bryant. The NSAID Therapeutic Corporation, capital INSYS Therapeutics, which owns the Acorn Incorporation, capital AKORN, which owns high-tech pharmaceuticals out of Lacrosse, Georgia, where their CEO is now in prison, John Kapoor, for 66 months because of this opioid conspiracy that was connected to Canada's Apotex Corporation. Now, remember, Barry Sherman and his wife, Honey Sherman,
yes,
they were strangled back in December 2017. So then, wait a minute, Kobe Bryant is connected to Jeff Steibel, who owns millions of dollars worth of shares in the Novartis AG Group, which owns 3 corporations out of 2,500, that Kobe Bryant had 3 class action lawsuits against the NSAID Therapeutic Corporation, against the Acorn Incorporation, and against high-tech pharmaceuticals, where now their new CEO is a man by the name of Jared Wheat, capital Jared Wheat, who's under indictment from both the FBI and the Security Exchange Commissions. He's under indictment from the FBI because he's lacing his weight loss pills with opioid substances, which Kobe Bryant was scheduled to go to court on that Wednesday, the 29th of January, had he lived. Okay, so Jared Wheat is also under indictment from the FBI and also from the SEC for insider trading.
Let me just stop you there, Bishop, if I could. Why was Kobe Bryant launching a class action or a lawsuit against these 3 pharmaceuticals?
Because they were using his nickname, his moniker, the Black Mamba. All 3 of these corporations, including Novartis, including NSAID Therapeutics, Acorn Incorporated, and High-Tech Pharmaceuticals out of Lacrosse, Georgia, were using his nickname, the Black Mamba, and these weight loss pills in the name of his nickname, Black Mamba, that he tried to register but could not because of the Novartis AG Group, who had a patent right to the nickname, Black Mamba. They were using his nickname with pills, weight loss pills, lacing these pills, Brother Richard, with opioid substances. And this is the reason why he was taken out and his eyes were closed, not because they were using his nickname, but because he was going to expose Novartis AG, the NSAID Therapeutic Corporation, Acorn, and High-Tech Pharmaceuticals, including the Teva Pharmaceutical Industries out of Tel Aviv, Israel. Now, Teva has scientists who were former agents with Mossad. So the Teva Pharmaceutical Industries is filled with Mossad agents, okay, in connection to the Apotex Pharmaceutical Corporation in Canada. Now, it's interesting here, it's getting deeper here as we're talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history. So this company, Teva, had sued Apotex back in 2011 for patent infringement of a medicine called Azilect, capital A-Z-I-L-E-C-T, that would treat people with Parkinson's diseases. So Barry Sherman had stolen that patent through patent infringement through the Teva pharmaceutical industry that's controlled by Israeli Mossad. Now, I'm not anti-Semitic. I am a dot connector, okay? As we're talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history. So then connecting these pharmaceutical corporations, the Novartis AG Group, with NSAID Therapeutics, Acorn Incorporated, High-Tech Pharmaceuticals, that was using Kobe's nickname with pills laced with opioid substances. That's in connection to multi-billion-dollar lawsuits going back to 2018 with Novartis, with Teva Pharmaceutical Industries, and the Apotex industry was also sued because of this opioid conspiracy of American and Canadian people hooked up on these opioid substances. That's why Kobe Bryant was taken out, because he was going to, they could not afford a former basketball player to expose them. As we're talking about Kobe Bryant, connection to Big Pharma, connection to the World Health Organization and COVID-19, as we're schematically continuing laying this foundation, Brother Richard, of the greatest global cover-up in human history.
Let me just interject again. So just connect the dots for me regarding the Sherman family, or the Shermans, Barry and Honey Sherman of Apotex. Why were they taken out?
I believe, and that's an excellent question, and I believe that Barry and Honey Sherman, now Barry Sherman had taken over his uncle's company, Empire Pharmaceutics, okay, 2 years after the death of his uncle, okay, and the family of Barry Sherman was in the process of suing him, all right? That's another topic for another day. But to answer your specific question, I believe that the Shermans were taken out because of their patent infringement, okay, concerning this medicine, Azilect, in helping Parkinson's disease patients that Apotex was making billions of dollars of, but they stole that patent from the Teva pharmaceutical industry out of Tel Aviv, Israel, that's connected to Israeli Mossad. So they were taken out because they stole this patent, because they had a spy. The Shermans had a spy, a woman in a honey trap, dating one of the executives here in the United States, here in the New Jersey headquarters, okay, of the Israeli Teva pharmaceutical industry. And he had revealed this patent of Azolect to this woman that was connected to the Shermans of Apotex. That's why they were taken out, because you're talking billions of dollars because of patent infringement, okay? And of course, the mainstream media would never reveal this, my friend. So Barry Sherman, who is heavily connected to the Brockman dynasty out of Montreal, Seagrams, whose grandchildren had financed Keith Raniere in that sex cult NXIVM, right? Capital NXIVM. So the Shermans were taken out because they stole billions of dollars because of this patent infringement they stole from the Teva pharmaceutical industry, okay, which that would never come to light. Now, after the death of the Shermans, it gets really deep now. Their U.S. headquarters in Miramar, Florida, was bought by a development company called the Bridge Development Partners Group, which is owned by the Banner Oak Capital Group, that is owned by George Soros and the Open Society Foundation. You see these connections here. It all goes back not just to Teva, but to George Soros and the Open Society Foundation, because these deep state devils of the Knights of the Round Table will never get caught, because they have created layers of protection, okay? Banner Oak Capital, Bridge Development Partners Group, Apotex, and the Shermans, okay? When it comes to the greatest global cover-up in human history, Brother Rich. Oh, it gets deeper now. And getting back to Jeff Steibel, he has shares not just in the VIP Kid Educational Initiative through Cindy Wong June, me, but Jeff Steibel also had stock, right, in the Banner Oak Capital Partners Group and the Bridge Development Partners Group that bought the building of the U.S. headquarters in Miramar, Florida, that used to be the Apotex Corporation, Barry and Honey Sherman. These are dots now as we're talking about the greatest global cover-up in human history. Now, as a side note, quickly, man of God, there is a defense industry called the Kellstrom Defense Industries, capital Kellstrom, defense industry that's connected to the Pentagon in the Department of Defense. They own a 25% stake in the building in Miramar, Florida. The other 75% owns to the Banner Oak Capital Partners Group and also to the Bridge Development Partners Group that's owned by George Soros through the Open Society Foundation. Also, there is a billionaire connected to the Shermans, a man by the name of Lawrence D. Fink, capital F-I-N-K, who is owns a small interest in the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh, that's interesting. The former team of Kobe Bryant. Lawrence D. Fink is the CEO of the world's largest shadow bank, that BlackRock fund, which controls billions of dollars of teachers' funds in the United States of America. So Lawrence D. Fink was connected to the Shermans. They were friends, but Lawrence Fink had shares and still has millions of dollars worth of shares. Guess where? In the Teva pharmaceutical industry, which they lost billions of dollars because of Barry and Honey Sherman, because they stole a patent away from the Teva Corporation.
Why wouldn't they just take Apotec to court for patent theft? I mean, it happens all the time.
You see, and you would think that the mentality of the deep state would do that. But you see, they don't see, we don't think like they do, and they don't think like us. You see, you have to understand, man of God, that these people are both psychopaths and sociopaths. Okay. These people with this type of money, every psychopath is born, but a sociopath is made. So you would think through common sense that they would go to court, but they wanted to take out the Shermans because this was personal. This was not a random murder. This was professionally done. Okay. And there is a term that the Mossad uses. It's called the corporate necktie, or also it's called the Cuban necktie. This is how the wife of O.J. Simpson died. This is the way that the Shermans died, not with their vocal cords cut out like the wife of O.J. Simpson, okay? But Barry and Honey Sherman, they were murdered, I believe, by Mossad through the Teva pharmaceutical industry because of billions of dollars. They knew, wait a minute, we don't want to go to court. We don't want this to drag out for years. They wanted to take them out because Teva owns an interest, along with George Soros, guess where? In the Bridge Development Partners Group and the Banner Oak Capital that now owns the building, Brother Richard, of the U.S. headquarters, former headquarters of Apotex in Miramar, Florida. So it would be so easy with common sense to go to court. But the deep state doesn't think like that. They would take you out. And you know what's so scary, what I'm about to say, my friend, concerning not just Kobe Bryant, the World Health Organization, the IMF Bank, the World Bank, Chinese intelligence, COVID-19, as we're still breaking down the greatest global conspiracy ever told, the greatest global cover-up in human history. There is a Chinese doctor, a billionaire in Los Angeles, by the name of Dr. Patrick Soon-Shiong, capital S-H-I-O-N-G, who is also a minority owner of the Los Angeles Lakers and a mentor of the late Kobe Bryant. Dr. Patrick Soon-Shiong owns both the LA Times and the San Diego Tribune, okay? And he owns a company by the name of NantWorks, capital N-A-N-T Works, which owns millions of dollars worth of shares, here we go, in the Novartis AG Group, in the NSA Therapeutic Group, in Acorn and High Tech, which all three were being sued by Kobe Bryant. Did Kobe Bryant know that his mentor had millions of dollars of shares in these big pharma tech groups that he was suing? I don't think he did. Because had Kobe knew that his mentor, Dr. Patrick Soon-Shiong, who now owns St. Vincent Hospital in Los Angeles, which is the epicenter for the treatment of COVID-19. Dr. Patrick Soon-Shiong, a former mentor of Kobe Bryant, also has millions of dollars of shares in the Teva pharmaceutical industry in Israel in connection to the death of Barry and Honey Sherman of Apotex. Again, these are connections. I'm not castigating anyone other than Teva for the death of Kobe Bryant, as we are still breaking down the greatest global cover-up in human history.
Okay, before I dim the lights in my little studio beneath the stairs, I'll be back with a few words about the next installment of Conspiracy Unlimited. Some of you men are members of the Dollar Shave Club, where you get your supply of razors in the mail. I always thought that was a great idea. Well, did you know there's also a soap club? The Hero Soap Company makes an amazing product that's delivered right to your house in a resealable pouch, so you can take this soap with you on the road, camping, hiking, anywhere. Hero Soap is absolutely chemical-free. It contains no dyes or fragrances. Hey, did you know many mainstream soaps contain parabens, which have been linked to breast cancer and male reproductive issues, according to the FDA? And Hero Soap is owned by veterans. And some of the proceeds from the sale of this wonderful product goes to get homeless veterans off the street. So you can feel clean and refreshed and feel good about yourself knowing you're helping veterans. Use the hassle-free monthly auto ship to save an additional 10% off and never run out of soap again. To order your Hero soap, go to the episode notes for this podcast and click on the Hero soap link. You're going to love this soap. Your showers will never be the same. Hero soap. Let freedom clean. Coming up next time, part 2 of my 2-part conversation with Bishop Larry Gaiters as he exposes the deepest, darkest cover-up in global history, the murder of Kobe Bryant and COVID-19. Until then, I'm Richard Syrett. So long for now.
A new Conspiracy Unlimited with Richard Syrett drops every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at conspiracyunlimitedpodcast.com. Blow your mind. That is all for now. Oh, and remember to share and give a 5-star review because we have huge egos and need love. We're like cats. We need constant petting.